Yeah, no, we don't want the Commissioner Rhino to shed any more tears.
No.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Fantasy Goats. This is the divisional recap, along with, of course, the AFC NFC Championship preview. I am your Sheperd Sieg. That is the Commissioner Rhino that's now in the off season. At least his team is now in the off season.
Yes, they are.
We're gonna get to, of course, the Rams, Eagles, and the other three games as well. Goats. Yeah, we got a lot of thoughts on that. A lot of thoughts on the game that took place on Saturday. Before we get into that, though, I did want to, share with you that we have teamed up with BradyBallers.com. We are offering you goats a free, fully customizable mini helmet. You could put any logo that you wish on this helmet. Any logo, your team logo, your mascot, whatever the case may be. Many different options for you to customize this helmet. Colors, styles, finishes, you name it. The visor, the face guard. Again, it's pretty cool stuff right here. All you got to do is like this video, subscribe to this channel. Please leave a comment in the section. That's how we'll know that you're entered, obviously. And again, that's brought to you by BradyBallers.com and this channel.
Those,
Yeah.
that, those are pretty slick looking, man. They're pretty slick looking.
You should go onto the site. I mean, like it's really, it's almost like it's basically allowing the
Hmm.
person to just really pick and choose the way the helmet feels, whether they want the colored visor. Of course, to me, I would want one, and I would want him, that guy,
Right.
wearing his number 13 jersey. I would want that on the helmet. I don't want the Jets on. I don't want the Jets on the helmet.
No, I agree. It's like so you saw that, and then like my Rhino Strong avatar that I have on Twitter. That's what I was like, oh my god, that would look freaking sharp on that man.
Any logo for the goats.
Yep.
I mean, of course, if you want to put that goat on there, by all means, you'll have to ask for permission. But I know you're not going to do that. You more so than not, you're putting your team on there. All right, Ryan. Let's get to the big news of the day.
Yeah, yeah.
That didn't take very long, now did it?
No, and there's a big old smoke and screen show because Ben Johnson. There was a lot of talk about him going to the Raiders, and I kept on telling some of the Raider fans out there, "Is like to lower your expectations, man. Lower your expectations, and I'll tell you why. Why would he choose the Raiders over Chicago? Which Chicago has top flight receivers and a nice young quarterback. Just needs to be have a good OC. So he's already ahead of the game. If he had gone to the Raiders, he'd be behind the eight ball a little bit without a quarterback. I mean, and Jacoby Myers and Brock Powers, hey, they both freaking had 1,000 yard season, but that's not Roma Donze, that's not Keenan Allen, that's not DJ Moore, you know.
Um,
So
did
that
yes. Um, I mean, the conspiracy theorist in me would like to think that this was pre-planned. Like well, we know that the players knew that he was leaving. Now, it obviously didn't break till today where he was going,
right.
and I don't know if I'm not prepared to say that the players knew where he was going either. But yeah, I think a lot of the Raiders talk or any other team may have been, I guess you could call it a smoke screen, or let's call it what it is. Poor media reports or media speculation or rumors
Right.
using deduction and formulas, if that's what they do. Um, but then, but there is part of me, and I'll tell you why. in a second. Part of me believes that Ben Johnson, coaching that last game, knew exactly where he was going.
Yeah.
He knew. And maybe his closest wife, his wife, girlfriend, I don't know if he's married, family members, best friend, they knew that he was going to Chicago. And here's why. I'll tell you. He never met with them.
No, he's just a virtual.
He never made that. Look. Hey, we're virtual meeting right now.
Yeah.
Yes, so I get that. I get modern day technology and these sort of platforms, such as Zoom. In that case, make that possible. But look, man. At the same time, it doesn't always give you a full read. It always
No.
it doesn't always. Did he meet with the entire Chicago Bears staff, like all of them on a Zoom? I mean, it seems a little far fetched. But then again, maybe he did. Maybe he did. That's my point being. He never met. He didn't go to like One Bear Drive or whatever the hell it is, and sit down and hash out stuff or meet with any, like none of that took place. He knew that he was going to Chicago without even going there. All right. Well, I'm not sure exactly the terms of the contract, but we wish him good luck. And then I have even more thoughts on just the hiring itself and the coach himself. And yes, he's done a remarkable job.
Yes, he has.
In the last 3 years. Yeah, he's done a fantastic job with a 30-plus veteran quarterback. He's done a fantastic job with a top 10 draft pick from last season. Yeah, he's done a great job with talented players on the roster. I'm not sure if that's going to really translate over. And I don't think Skylar thinks it's going to translate over. I don't. And again, we could spend the whole show just talking about this. I do want to get to the 4 games that we did see across the weekend.
Add one more thing to that conversation, then we'll do that.
Please.
One thing that me and you have always said, is sometimes being an OC does not equate to being a good head coach. Look at Brandon Staley was a great defense coordinator, but he could not coach, could not be a head coach. and that's been a proven. Josh Daniels, great OC, but can't coach worth a shit. So there's nothing.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah. It's heavy recency bias on his job that he's done in the last 3 years as an offensive coordinator. And then add on top of that whatever he had to do in an interview that impressed the Chicago Bears enough to not believe that they had a better candidate. Okay, so now time will tell. But right back to that point. Man, just because he's an offensive coordinator of the year for the last 2 seasons does not make him now the next CEO of a championship team. I mean, that's what the Bears are. I mean, you would hope that every organization's ultimate goal is to be not just playing in this upcoming weekend that we're about to discuss, but then to play in 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from yesterday.
Yeah.
So you know what? Again, I don't want to I don't want to slam the hiring. I don't want to celebrate it either. I'm indifferent. I want to remain indifferent. I want to remain impartial right now. And let's see. Let's see. I mean, again, we could spend a whole show in this.
I know.
We really can.
All right.
I mean, he's the hot offensive coordinator. Yeah, I get it. to pair now with Caleb Williams. I get it. We get it. We understand that. But is this Ben Johnson? Did they ask that question?
Right.
Can you fix him? Whatever needs to be fixed before it goes down the toilet?
He's talked about what he's seen in Williams, like live. So he sees something, and then Williams,
all right. Well, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna find out. Can you put this first round pick on the trajectory that warrants the first round pick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's proceed. We'll see you, Ben, and we'll see every X post, and we'll see every report, all of it. We'll see, and we're gonna get all the hype.
Oh yeah,
both positive and negative. We're gonna get all of it. We'll get all of it. All right. So this Saturday there were 2 contests.
Yeah.
So the appetizer. Saturday afternoon, we saw the defending Super Bowl champions and the Houston Texans. Houston Texans played a great game. Houston Texans, they had over 100 yards more of total offense than them. They had a little bit more passing yards than Pat Mahomes. They ran the ball better. Yeah, the Houston Texans. They did well. There was mistake-free, no turnovers.
No, just bad penalties.
Kansas City Chiefs won.
Yeah, and the big difference is Kansas City had playmakers. Dalton Schultz does not equate to freaking Travis Kelce.
No. No, he doesn't.
That was the one thing. I think if Houston had more playmakers other than Nico Collins, who was in and out of the lineup most of the games tonight. I don't know what was going on with him, if he was sick or if he was hurt or what, because I don't remember them saying anything about that. But you're throwing Aiden Hutchinson and some UDFA that who's playing his first game, not running the right route. And I'll tell you what, man, CJ Stroud showed me something though.
When we heard who the hell called that game, Collinsworth and Tirico.
Yeah, I believe so.
When they called his name, I think is it Jared Wayne?
Yeah.
Because this dude made a catch. Or was it Irv Smith? When they called the name, had to have been Irv Smith because it was a catch. And and I'm like, who? I said, who? Who made that catch? Who? No, it wasn't Xavier Hutchinson. It wasn't John Mechie. It had to have been Jared. But maybe Jared Wayne caught the ball, but they ruled it like it maybe hit the ground. Nevertheless, yeah. Nico Collins is one man, one really good wide receiver that was going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. They did what were we talking about for weeks now? Weeks.
They need offensive players.
They do not have enough offensive output.
None whatsoever, and they showed it. CJ Stroud's got a little dog in him. Him making some of those rushes, and then not just going into the guys, leaning into it. I like that. I like seeing that.
It's a little Mahomes-esque.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had 41.
It certainly is.
41 rushing yards.
And with 6 attempts, so it's not as if it was just 1 or 2 times either. Mm-mm. Yeah, and we saw that the week before also. Yeah, again, CJ, closed out his second season almost in the same fashion as he did last season.
Yeah, they just need
more
offense weapons.
He needs to be protected. They need to they need better. They just need a new offense. They need more weapons. I don't know if it's got to be better, obviously, than Dalton Schultz as your second wide receiver. Dalton Schultz, as you alluded to, is not Travis Kelce. That is correct. He's not. That is correct, Rhino.
Especially for Travis Kelce.
Look, they put up 14 points. You know, the Chiefs just put up 9 more. The Chiefs put up 23. We're going to get to the Chiefs. There's not much to talk about in this game other than the fact that, Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce did Travis Kelce playoff things. Kareem the Dream. Isaiah Pacheco attempted 5 times for 18 yards. His prop
look good.
His prop line was 36, and we said it was 36 for a reason. And all the professionals out there were nailing the over on that. It's not the same.
No.
He doesn't look the same. He's not running the same. Maybe it'll get turned on. Maybe.
I think it'll be probably next year when he can fully heal from his injury.
If he gets the opportunity.
If he gets the opportunity.
If he gets the opportunity.
Pretty strong coming out next year. Draft,
It will have, and we'll have additional shows here, Goats.
Yeah.
To discuss not just Isaiah Pacheco, but the Kansas City Chiefs in general for fantasy purposes. Of course, the Kansas City Chiefs purposes. He may not get another opportunity, or at least the starting gig opportunity, or the featured running back opportunity. But let's not slam the door on him just yet, because again, he could very well still be attempting to come back from that injury.
Yeah.
All right, so we opened up the show with the hiring of Ben Johnson, and then his Lions took the field after the Chiefs, played the Commanders, and
shit the bed.
Couldn't have said it better myself. We're talking about a Lions team that was damn near at the top of every statistical category, not just in this game.
Right.
Well, this game, they led in every statistical category, including turnovers, but for the season, for the year.
Yeah.
And this is simple. It really is. This is a good lesson. And we have seen this before. We have. We've seen the upset. And it happened. Why did it happen? Well, we could directly look to the turnovers here.
4 of them. Yeah.
Four. One of them being absolutely critical.
Yep.
Critical turnover, pick 6 to the house. So, if the score is final 45-31, that's 6 points right there. The other 6 points I could point directly to a terrible penalty. Terrible penalty. 12 men on the field. It was 4th down, and they gave them a first down right there in the goal line. And who scored that touchdown, by the way?
Was it Jaden or Brian Robinson Jr.?
No. I think it was me. I think it was McNichols. I think it was McNichols. But that was my lead into my point. It took Brian Robinson Jr., it took Jaden Daniels, it took Austin Eckler, it took Jeremy. It took 4 of these dudes to accumulate 31, 37, 38, 39, over 41 attempts. Does it look like the Commanders abandoned the run?
No.
41 attempts. They didn't abandon. They sell out. They continued to run the ball, even when the Lions were still knocking on the door. The Lions, why did they abandon the run? Why weren't they continuing to run throughout the game? And yes,
Houston was shutting. Washington was shutting Montgomery down pretty good. They couldn't freaking stop Gibbs at all.
14 carries. 1 carry for Jameson, 7 carries for Monty, 1 carry for Jared Goff. That's 15. That's 22, 23 carries, 23 attempts to the Commanders' 40 plus. That just goes to show that the Lions were going to stick with their plans,
right,
of continuing to throw, and the Commanders were just sitting back, and they were just sitting in the lanes, and they were just batting balls, or they were picking Jared Goff off.
Left and right, man.
Left and right. Look, I mean, even the trick plays, okay, like so fine. Like we know that you're creative. We know how good you are with these gimmick trick plays and
So,
whatnot. The double pass, like the pass, the shovel pass to Monty, and then the Monty pass to Amon-Ra. I mean,
that was cool.
yes,
But the one Jameson, the
pick,
Jameson was pissed.
pick.
He was pissed.
Why?
He didn't want that play call
Oh,
because he went to the sidelines and he was very vocal. Very vocal.
well, it wasn't going right. That's why
Now,
he was vocal.
let me ask you. Let me ask you. Do
Sure.
you think do you think that they were overconfident looking past the Commanders? Because weren't they like 9-point favorites?
Mm. I think it's part that.
And they
Uh,
couldn't make any. Well,
I think it's part that subconsciously.
yeah.
Yeah, of course. And I was also thinking about this also. Besides that point, looking past the Commanders, also receiving information, receiving
Hmm.
firsthand knowledge from their offensive coordinator that he will not be back. So yeah, so that it kind of sets in like it's now,
Yeah.
like we need to do this now. And I was thinking to myself, I wonder, like maybe not Goff, maybe not David Montgomery or Amon Rossy, but maybe Tim Patrick, or maybe one of the offensive linemen, or maybe there's a third string defensive back that it starts to settle in. Like, man, we're losing we're losing our coaches, and
Yeah.
right now we're losing this game. And you press a little bit harder, and you make mistakes, and the Commanders have nothing to lose,
No.
and that's
They
it.
didn't see. They didn't see the game plan well around Jaden Daniels too. Jaden Daniels is him. That dude. I bet within 5 years he'll be QB1
Broke rookie records on Saturday. Rookie records.
rookie.
Yep.
He's so freaking poised back there.
Now
I
they're
love watching him play. I love watching him play.
made good decisions, extended plays where he needed to. When he didn't need to, he kind of like just like, okay, let's live for another down. Let's not try to overextend ourselves.
Hmm.
Let me rely. Like again, it was like who were his go-to guys? The same two go-to guys practically all season, or the majority of their success during the season. Terry
Well, yeah,
McLaurin,
a little Johnny Brown and Crowder.
Deami Brown had an excellent game. So yeah, I mean, I bet you they weren't counting on production coming out of that position or that spot. And yeah, the Lions just they got they got it.
Yeah.
they got. Um,
You know
the
the
Commanders, they scored 45 points. And here's the last point I want to make on this game.
okay.
Yeah, I saw I saw a post from someone. Yeah, the defense let them down. Well, okay,
Defense was hurt though. I
their,
mean,
their
they
defense
let
let
them
them
down, but
down.
they were hurt.
Yeah, and so that's the point. That's the point I wanted to make.
Yeah.
Like it's one thing if you're going to replace one guy. It's another thing when you're going to replace two guys. At this point, you're working with like you're working all the way down your depth chart, and that's tough to ask.
Yeah.
It really is. That's tough to ask any football team, anybody. Look, that the Chiefs, knock on wood, lose McDuffie. Someone's gonna have to step up. That guy may very well step up, but what happens when that guy may not? If he goes down, now if you're working on your third stringers at this point, they're third
Hmm.
stringers for a reason.
They don't, and they don't get the first and second reps. They're getting reps on the practice squad, basically.
So yeah,
Scout team defense.
Hats off to the Commanders.
Yep.
My hat's not off to the Lions and your 14 wins because it doesn't mean anything right now. It doesn't. And again, as I was alluding to 2 minutes ago, we'll have plenty of time down the road to get into what's to happen, what's to come of these Lions. Last season, Dan Campbell, it's going to be real hard to come back to this spot again. Well, they came back to this spot again.
Losing coaches.
They came back, all right. They did it. They made it. And added a couple of wins in the win column. And I would expect a couple of wins to get shaved off now. I'm not saying that they won't make the playoffs again in the next season, but they're in for
It's really hard to do.
They're in for a bumpy road now. But we'll leave it right there. We're moving right on to Sunday. Should I leave? Should I give you like the floor?
No, you're good, dude. They we had talked about it, Friday night, and I had said,
by the way, this would be the Rams visiting the Philadelphia Eagles in the snow. Rhinos, LA Rams. Take it away.
Yeah. We had talked about, of course I called for the Rams to win because I am a fan and I knew there was a chance. I knew there was a chance that they could, but
that's what fans do.
But I also knew they had to play a clean game. I also knew they had a freaking tackle. And the two things they did wrong is not have a clean game. And for most of the game, they held freaking Barkley pretty good. But they need to set the edge. They didn't set the edge. And there he goes. There goes Hurts. I know when Hurts freaking ran that 44-yard touchdown, I was like, oh, crap, man. You can tell. It's just they're young. The defense played their asses off. 7 sacks. They had 2 turnovers, in the game. But if you're not set edge, especially for something like freaking Barkley, you're gonna get freaking a 62-yard run and a 70-yard run, and those killed us.
Those looked very, very similar, if not damn near.
That was the hardest part, dude. They looked freaking exactly similar.
Damn near identical.
The first one
to the runs that he had out in LA.
Yeah, the first one, Cam Kitchens had a bad angle. He didn't have to hit it wrong. Freaking Jared Verse damn near caught him.
Now, also, and again, I mean, they did the best that they could under the circumstances.
Yeah, that threw for 324 yards.
It was a tough game. Tough weather game.
Yeah,
there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. It wasn't like bone chilling, but the snow was coming down. It was wet. The ball was sleek. They did the best that they could under the circumstances. Jalen Hurts did not have a good game, and so we said that the Rams are going to have to come here and play some really good defense. And for the most part, you take away those 2 plays.
The 3 with Hurts too.
The 2 Saqauon plays were the backbreakers.
Big time. Because they held them. They held them to 9 points, 3 field goals, other than those long runs.
Yeah, I mean, 205 yards. Whew.
Yeah.
God Almighty, gosh. Yeah, Rams total offense 402 yards
in the snow.
A lot of that was in that final 5 minutes, but that doesn't matter.
And see, that's one thing too. I don't understand why McVay didn't do that earlier. Why wait to the last 5 minutes? You should have started doing it a little bit earlier because he knows they perform good in that sequence in the hurry up offense. Just let Stafford freaking call, go. They had some bad drops. Puka and Tyler Higbee both had bad drops on one drive. So it just they didn't play clean, man. Sucks. Sucks.
Third down efficiency was pretty much even.
Mhm.
40% to 37%. The time of possession was damn near even.
Yeah.
Penalties, damn near even. Three
There's
penalties.
very few penalties.
3 penalties. I would say that's about as clean of a game as
Exactly.
you're gonna get.
Yep.
And if you really want, I mean, you're probably splitting hairs here, but you could kind of say like, okay, fine. Philly also had 3 penalties, so that's like a wash. It's like a wash almost. But
Right.
then you'd really have to get into like what those penalties were to decipher whether it's treated even. The time of possession. Did we just say that one? Dead even though. I mean, like this game was pretty damn close.
Those are
Pretty
crazy
damn
things.
close,
Yeah,
and
the two fumbles by Stafford and Kyron Williams killed us.
you're back. You're back. Yeah, your turnovers and the rushing yards
I
is
think
not.
Kyron's was in the red zone too, if I remember right. That 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 hurt us. That hurt us. But it's all good, man. Onward, upward.
Okay, we can move on. We move on, but we'd be remiss if we didn't, of course, just discuss Jalen Hurts did injure himself in this game. I'm not sure how serious that was, but it was serious enough for them not to execute or call the tush push on one play. They actually opted for a field goal on one play, and then on the other one, maybe I guess they may have given the ball to Jake Elliott twice. Because his knee, like, now on one of them, I said, well, why don't they just do it with Saqauon? Saquon's not as strong in terms of like being able to get that done, but I think Saqauon probably could have gotten like the inch or two.
Dude, watch 600, man.
Well, so then Jalen Hurts doesn't squat that much more. So I'm not sure why they didn't try that, but maybe out of fear of causing a different type of injury.
Yeah,
doesn't really matter. They didn't do it. They gave the ball to Jake Elliott. Now this is gonna be big, depending on how this dude is, how serious of the injury, how serious does this affect his ability to do this now in the NFC Championship game? Because this is a huge part of the game. We all know this. It's huge. Even if it's not for the goal line, they do it in different parts of the field always.
Also the injury to the Keon Mitchell.
That's big for the Eagles, yeah.
That's huge too. Because the Commanders know they can beat them because they freaking beat them. So they already know they had that.
It's sort of like well, I mean, it is an away game, but it's not even a far away game. It's like maybe an hour away.
Oh,
2 hours. Yeah, it's that close. Not maybe it's over an hour away, but that's an hour by bus.
Yeah,
that's not. There's no plane. They don't need a plane for that. So that's why it's a close. They're in close proximity, both stadiums.
Is the weather supposed to be about the same?
Doesn't. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. For the Eagles, it shouldn't matter, obviously, since they just went through it. For the Commanders,
they play outdoors anyway.
Here's a few things. The Commanders are playing a much better defense. Whether Keon Mitchell plays or not plays. Much better defense. Then they got Jalen Carter that they're going to have to deal with. They've got
beast.
Okay. Not to take away anything from Jared Verse or any other. Again, the Eagles they're built a little bit differently than the Lions. I said prior to the playoffs even starting, like, okay, well, now that the Eagles are going to have to go on the road thinking it was going to be to the Lions, I might as well call for the Lions. Well, I was wrong, obviously.
Right.
Now the Eagles are host. This is what I wanted. This is what we were calling. This is what I originally wanted. I wanted the Eagles to host. But again, I didn't think it was going to be the Commanders that were now making the trip. We were thinking. I think when I say we, I mean like everybody were thinking it was going to be the Motor City Kitties, and then I take that line from Scott Hansen. It's not my line. Don't hurt me. But yeah, no. So yeah, another outdoor team, young team. Look, I mean, there's no point. There's nothing logical should tell us to count the Commanders out at this time.
Right.
Just shouldn't. The Eagles are the better team, but we shouldn't just count out the Commanders at this time. We shouldn't. We can't. They've got the defense. They've got Saqauon. They've got Jalen Hurts. We don't know what kind of Jalen Hurts we're going to get. They've got wide receiver options, yet they haven't used their wide receiver options. So, I mean, that kind of cancels out to the Commanders, although the Commanders do use their wide receivers, but not with strong volume. It'll be a really good NFC Championship. It's going to be a really good AFC Championship. Now, we thought we were getting a heavyweight fight last night, and it was. I mean, the two teams they were the heavyweight. They were heavyweights. It was a methodical beating of the Ravens. It was the Bills just did what the Bills have been doing. They've been doing what they've been doing. They made sure. You want to talk about containment?
Yeah.
Now, yes, they held Derrick Henry at bay. They made sure Lamar wasn't going to kill them on the ground. They gave up the play to Rashad Bateman, right? They gave up that play, and that was basically it.
Yeah.
That was the end of it. What else did they do? And the Bills did what they do, which is rush. If they didn't rush with Ray, don't call me Crybaby Davis, then they rushed it with let him cook. If that wasn't it,
Josh Allen.
And if that wasn't it, Josh Allen. I feel like we're a broken record right now.
Yeah.
Because we've been saying this. This is the Bills' MO. This is what the Bills have been doing. I mean, like, okay, so yeah, Khalil Shakir. I mean, you gotta have some guy out there catching passes.
Yeah.
Okay, Khalil Shakir. Thankfully, there's a Khalil Shakir. But after there's a Khalil Shakir, there's a nobody. There's a one catch for Keon Coleman. There's a Curtis Samuel catch. There's a Mac the Knife Hollins catch.
Yeah. Why did they trade for Amari Cooper?
Your guess is as good as mine.
It's
the $1 million question. It was somebody else's question yesterday as well. That person actually tagged me on it. Like, what happened to Hoover? I said they're saving him for 4 wide receiver sets.
Yeah,
that was just being that was just me being facetious. We know that's not it. Yeah, no, it's a good question. Maybe you want to know what I think. And again, this is the gotta choose my words carefully. It's the cynic in me. How about that? Amari Cooper's just done.
You think he's washed?
How about the Bills just said to themselves, "Damn, we made a mistake. Damn, we fucked up." Maybe I don't know.
It's just weird.
I mean, like, he used to be a pretty good wide receiver, pretty good with really good pedigree 10 years ago. I don't know what happens. Well,
the Browns happened to him.
We see what we see what happens over time with wide receivers. I mean, it's not like DeAndre Hopkins is blowing the doors off right now. Devontae Adams is the only outlier that I could think of right now that's over 30 and still played at a really high level.
Over 30?
He's, I think, 30.
Is he?
I think he's 30. He came into the league in 14.
Oh, damn.
It's close.
Yeah. Yeah. If the Ravens have the same problem as Houston. They have no weapons.
Okay, I'm glad that you brought that up. You think Zay Flowers would have made a difference in this bowl game?
I think he would have made a little bit of difference. But even if he was there, Bateman's nice, but he's not. He's still more of a wide receiver 3. You know, likely had a decent game.
Low likely scored. How
Yeah.
likely was that?
Well, yeah.
Very likely, considering Mark Andrews is fumbling the ball. So you could look to that. The Ravens, again, they lost the turnover battle, and that's
Yes,
that's critical for an AFC divisional game. Like if this was week 7, I mean, like, and you lose, it's not the end of the world. Well, it's the end of the season when you fumble the ball, give it away, and give up another 6 points.
And this happens to them year in, year out in the playoffs. They lose the game.
So it was turnover. We could look directly here as well. Not just the Lions, but yeah, the Ravens too. They lost the turnover battle and they lost the game. Now, Rashad Bateman is interesting because I think he's better than wide receiver 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and we're gonna get to that, Goats, when it comes to the AFC North key fantasy takeaways going into 2025. I may just nominate Rashad Bateman and see where he falls. See where this man comes in. I mean, look, we could talk Derrick Henry. By the way, there's another outlier. I mean, like, okay, fine, like 85 yards, and he did what he could.
He almost broke off a couple long runs too, man.
Yep.
Oh God.
Yeah, he did. But I think we got to give more credit to the Bills defense. They really didn't break contain.
No.
Matt Milano, kind of like a spy, but not a spy.
Right.
I found that to be interesting. It was like, okay, so like it's almost like, okay, watch him here. If this occurs, make sure you're there. But if you don't see that unfold, then do this. And I think that's what wound up happening a lot of the times when it came to him watching Derrick Henry, or if it was Lamar dropping back, what was the situation for him? I think he played an exceptional game. And really, what could you say? Von Miller picked up the Mark Andrews. No, that he picked up the botched snap.
Right.
Okay, so I mean, there's that. That's what happens when it's 0 degrees in Buffalo.
But Baltimore plays in weather like that too.
They do, but
it's not like they're going from a stadium, playing a stadium half the time.
They do.
Outside. Or a West Coast team going to East Coast.
I don't. You're right. I don't want to sit here and say that the Ravens weren't conditioned, so to speak. They're an outdoor team.
Right.
I don't want to say that, but you've got to be conditioned for the elements, and you can't. I mean, to take the word from Lamar Jackson, is we gotta quit this shit.
Yeah.
Quincy, my goat. What up, Quincy?
We need to do a reread for the game, for the contest.
Quincy? Oh yeah, we'll definitely get Quincy in there for sure. You drafted Jaden Daniels, and I remember. I know you did, man. I know.
Is this a dynasty team, Quincy?
No, I think it was a redraft.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a redraft, and if my memory serves me, I asked him one week, right, Quincy? I'm like, yo, what did you like? Draft Jalen Hurts like round 4 and Jaden Daniels like in round 11? Then he replies back, nope, I drafted one in round 4, the other one in round 6. More power to you, baby goat. What are we gonna do now? Is this a keeper league? That would be the question.
Yeah.
If this is the keeper league, well, I mean, I think we know our answer. And this is going to be recency biased also, by the way, because now we're all over the Jade and Daniels freaking train, the train of fantasy excellence, the train of football excellence. What happens if he takes a step back like we just saw with C.J. Stroud? What happens then?
It could happen. It could happen. But I don't know if he'll take that big of a step back because Washington has a better O-line than Houston, unless all their O-line gets hurt and stuff.
For Quincy and for all the other goats out there, enter to win a free customizable mini helmet. Get your logo included. Any color, any style, any finish. All you got to do is like this vid and subscribe to the Fantasy Goats YouTube channel. We're going to be running this bad boy right up until the Super Bowl pregame show. Rhino, how does that sound? Pregame show.
Yeah.
So Quincy, make sure just so it gives us like a digital reminder, just drop us any type of comment, man. Just drop it. We know that you subbed. Drop us a comment. Yeah, Rhino. I mean, look, I don't know what that looks like. Yeah, like again, just like what happened with the Lions and their defense with attrition and injuries. I don't know if like the Commanders' offensive line, if it happens like that, or we hope not, but
right.
Let's not act surprised. Let's not act surprised.
I think they lost their guard. I think their right guard to ACL tear already. So
and knock on wood that they keep him upright. He picks and chooses his spots to run, which he's done remarkably.
He runs like Lamar. He avoids hits like Lamar.
He's built like Lamar.
Well, he's
he's light. He's lighter now, but to me it looks like the same frame, same skinny frame.
Yep.
Lamar is obviously he's gotten older, he's getting more meat on his bones. The good meat, not the meat that I have. My meat's Burger King meat.
For that picture.
Before we go for this episode, Rhino, we've got the Bills, we've got the Chiefs.
Yeah.
What's it gonna take? What is it going to take for the Bills to just send them packing early, which they're not used to? This Chiefs offense looks anemic.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're again another outlier in Travis Kelce. I mean, like, are they gonna continue to uber targeted him? Like they knew that they were going to be able to get away with it against the Texans. Yeah. I don't think they could bank on that in this matchup.
I think it's going to come down to the last possession of the game, just like it's about every freaking game they play. Whoever has the ball last with a minute and a half left, 2 minutes the most, is going to win the game. I think the Bills win 31-28.
31-28. And then I mean that's a high score, 31. Because I mean, again, the Bills just stopped the King. They stopped Lamar. I mean, Rashad Bateman is one thing. I kind of feel like the Chiefs will dig into their bag of tricks. Maybe we'll get the Hollywood score. Maybe we'll see the Xavier Worthy. I don't think we'll see an Xavier Worthy play for the game, with the game on the line. No, I don't think that, but I think he could be an X factor, no pun intended, early in the game. Yeah. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be, again, even for Josh Allen and the Bills, it's still gonna be really difficult for them to beat them at that building. I gotta stick with my original team, my original prediction. I have to. I don't want to deviate from that. My football heart, I should say. Mm-hmm. My football heart would like to see the Bills win this one. And I do. I don't think it's going to happen though, and it's going to be.
I think it's going to be the Bills.
All right. Well, look, I'd be all right with that. I would. I think football would like to see Josh Allen, would like to see this Bills team in the Super Bowl again.
And geez, I'll say this lightly, I guess. I hope there's no weird ass calls against the Bills, and then we get all the conspiracy theorists out there
that the NFL is rigged.
It's scripted. Guess what?
Such a joke.
Mahomes is getting the penalties that Tom Brady got. That's what happens when you are that damn good.
Such a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scripted. Right. Conspiracy. The Illuminati.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what it happens. It
was that crew. It was that same crew that always gives him their calls. Stop. If you can't hit the quarterback like that anymore. Just know how to hit him. You can't hit him high.
No.
Very simple.
No.
Tom Brady never had it this good, but yet he got the calls.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he did. And Peyton Manning would get calls like that.
And plenty. Stop. Anyway, Eagles are hosting the Commanders again. These two teams. This is really not that big of an away game for the Commanders. I don't know what the Eagles will attempt to do to limit their ticket purchases. I'm not sure if they can. I don't like it because again, I don't envision there being like a complete ticket freeze. Because look, if you're not selling them, if you can't sell out your building, then you're losing money. You're gonna sell the tickets. They don't know who the hell they're going to. So I could see there being Commanders fans in that building. Not a problem. Not a problem to travel there.
Oh.
Both outdoor teams. You've got two Quincy quarterbacks that are capable of running the ball. Only one of them now happens to have something wrong with his knee. It may not be that serious. We know he's going to play. We also know that he's not connecting with his wide receivers as good as much as they would like him to. He's not connecting with his wide receivers. Therefore, they are limiting his pass volume, and they don't necessarily have a big problem limiting his pass volume.
Now we got freaking Saqauon Barkley.
No, they don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, he's special.
That's what the Commanders don't have.
No, they don't.
The Commanders don't have Saqauon. The Commanders also don't have the Eagles' defense.
No.
This is where the Commanders' magical 2024-25 season is going to come to an end.
I mean, yeah.
It'll come to an end.
I would really love to see the Commanders upset them, but I don't think it's gonna be a blowout though either. I think it's gonna be a close game.
No, I don't. I'm not calling for a blowout here.
No. So,
no,
you think it's gonna be a repeat of Kansas City and Eagles, and I think it's gonna be Bills and Eagles if everything plays out.
The Chiefs battle tested.
Oh, I know they are. I know.
There's something that we haven't seen. You think Washington's going to upset them, Quincy Gold? I mean, look at what they just did to the Lions.
They have to play a clean game, man.
Look at what they just did to the Lions. So but look at what the Lions did. Look at what the Lions said, here you go. Here. Here's the ball an extra 4 or 5 times. That's what the Lions did. The Eagles aren't going to do that.
Yeah.
But again, just to keep things copacetic, that's not to say, look, it's not like there couldn't be a turnover in another manner, like Mr. Philosophizer, AJ Brown. Who knows? He gets popped and the ball comes flying out of his hands. Turnovers can happen. Doesn't have to be just from interceptions. So. Yeah, if the Commanders could win that turnover battle, get extra time of possession, we're gonna watch the Commanders again. We'll watch them in the Super Bowl, which I would not believe. I cannot believe.
I know. That'd be like the old school friggin' Super Bowl II Bills and Commanders.
Would not believe it. But the Eagles, again, on paper, this is the better team. That doesn't always matter.
And Kellen Moore's days as the OC are numbered too.
Yeah, I hope maybe if they were smart, they wouldn't just announce that to the players, while getting like their hot chocolate in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, it was nice working with you these last few years. Stay well, man. Be good, man.
This year.
Be good, man. I'm out. I'm out.
One and done.
It was great bonding with you, but I'm out to this team. But now let's go win this game.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Kellen Moore, that's a whole different show altogether. Moore. Kellen Moore, just say, if he was smart, he should stay where he is. We saw the Kellen Moore project taking shape many different ways. If anything, go back to the Cowboys, but
and he'll be perfect little yes man with for Jerry.
I guess it would be a nice story. It would be a nice story for the Commanders with Austin Eckler. It'd be a nice story. Get Bobby Wagner back there again for another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes these things, they're nice stories. They don't always happen. It'd be a nice story if Josh Allen gets to the Super Bowl. That'll be a nice story.
Yep.
All right, Goats. Well, that'll be it for this evening. Great show, great recap, great preview of what's to come. We'll be back this Friday for our DFS for the championships.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for our fantasy key takeaways for the 2025 season. That's right, baby. We'll be whipping those out as early as this week, right,
Yeah.
Rhino? As early as this week.
Yeah.
Key takeaway for each NFL team. We'll break it down by the division, so there'll be basically 4 key takeaways per episode. Just look out for those. And great stuff. Next year, who you gonna grab? Trey McBride, Brock Bowers. How do you not go with Brock Bowers? But here's the thing, Quincy.
Here's the thing about that, though. McBride is keeping the same coach and has the same quarterback and always have the chemistry. Who knows what Brock Bowers is going to have next year? He's quarterback proof, but we don't know what's going on.
So that's not my trouble with it, because as you just said, he's damn near quarterback proof. He's damn near the best player on offense for that team. Mm-hmm. My problem with Brock Bowers is he's going to go in the first round. He's a late first round pick projected right now. Way too early draft. Yeah. Right now he's at the 11 or 12, 13th overall pick. I don't want to live in that world, Quincy.
No.
I'll live in the Trey McBride world a couple rounds later if I have to. That's what I'll do. I don't want to take. I know the positional scarcity type of deal. Might as well just get the best at that position, and then what's gonna happen when you have to come back for your second and your third round pick? You're not gonna get those RBs and wide receivers aren't going to be the same caliber. That's why as much as Brock Bowers, as great as he is, as fantastic as a season as he just had a rookie. I'll take him that early. Yeah. We're gonna get to that, Quincy. Go, don't you worry. All right, Rhino. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone. See you later.
Yep.